But yeah, so that my lawyer just called me. Well, my soon-to-be lawyer just called me. So this is a step in the right direction. So I'm doing all the right steps to get custody of my kid back. I didn't lose custody of my kid, and he doesn't have full custody. We just have temporary ex parte orders, temporary, until we have court for final say next month. So I'm just doing all the steps until then, but I need you guys to support me on this. I am going to check myself into a mental hospital next week because I have plans this weekend. Y'all know I love to go to Poppy Fridays, and I have plans this weekend. Okay, I'm going out of town. But next week, when I have my consultation with my lawyer, I'm going to pay my lawyer the retainer. I'm going to get that started, and then I'm going to go check myself into the mental hospital, preferably West Hollywood, Beverly Hills, anything I deserve, obviously something very, very nice, and get the help that I need for PPD and all those things. So I need y'all to support me.
Let me ask you something. How do you lose custody of your child and still manage to live stream it like it's just another Tuesday? If you thought Ashley Trevino had drama, let me introduce you to Brianna Olsen. Because this story, it is a full-blown circus, and guess what? The ringmaster is Brianna herself. Brianna is currently in the middle of a messy custody battle with her ex, known as 2K. They share a baby named Winter, who is just under a year old. But instead of fighting for custody the right way, like, showing up to court, keeping her visitations, Brianna thought it was a good idea to live stream herself kidnapping her own child. Yes, she filmed it like it was content for her subscribers. Let's rewind for a second and unpack this train wreck, because it is not just one bad decision. It is a whole series of reckless choices stacked on top of each other. For those of you who have not been following, here's the background. Brianna, best known for her TikTok lives and adult content on OF, had a baby with 2K, who by the way is also a social media figure and has an OnlyFans account. So yeah, this was one of those birds of a feather flock together situations. Things fell apart real quick between them. Accusations started flying, cheating, manipulation, gaslighting. 2K accused Brianna of cheating on him with his friend while she was 5 months pregnant. Brianna accused 2K of physical abuse. It was toxic from every direction.
I slept with him and another guy in the same night, so I didn't know whose it was. And I just started dating him, and I actually really liked him at first. So I didn't want to I didn't want to scare him off. Yeah. Like, imagine you start dating a guy, you really like him, he fucking gets you pregnant. Okay, that's not the worst news to tell him. But imagine you don't know whose it is because you slept with him and another guy in the same night. That's what I was scared of. That's why I didn't tell him.
Still, they welcomed their baby in April last year. Already separated, but allegedly committed to co-parenting. Less than a week after Brianna gave birth, 2K handed her legal papers. Yeah, filed for sole custody right off the bat. His reason? He said Brianna couldn't be trusted. He believed she wouldn't involve him in their child's life. He claimed she lived recklessly, hung out with shady people, and would use the baby for clout. Brianna, on the other hand, accused 2K of worsening her postpartum depression and turning the whole thing into a PR war. She said he was also using the baby for clout, just in a more clean-cut way. She often called him a narcissist on livestream.
Of it ever reach, but I wouldn't put it past him. She convenient. Took Winter to the hospital the same day of your podcast. I think he's just trying to ruin the day for you. He's the narcissist. One, let me say one thing. Yes, he is a narcissist. Yes, we all know that it's textbook. Narcissists are known for textbook narcissists are known for ruining special days and special occasions for you. So if you guys have ever heard, if you ever dated a narcissist, they will always ruin your birthday. You will never have a good birthday with a narcissist because they will always steal that shine from you because they want all of the attention for them and not for you. So they will ruin that day for you any way that they can. I'm not relating that to today, but I'm just saying, I think that's what that girl is trying to say. But yes.
Eventually, the court granted temporary primary custody to 2K, which meant he had physical custody of the baby. Brianna was only allowed visitation. And since she lives in Los Angeles while 2K stays in Texas, they agreed to fly the baby to her once a month for a week-long visit. On paper, that arrangement looked like a reasonable middle ground. They both stayed involved and the baby got time with both parents, but in real life, it was a mess. The custody battle did not pause just because there was a temporary agreement. It was still unfolding behind the scenes. But even within the little window of parenting time Brianna was given, she started fumbling immediately. Not once, not twice, repeatedly. She missed several scheduled visits, not due to emergencies or anything understandable, but because, as she put it, she was busy. And this isn't gossip, she said it herself, casual, on live stream. Busy doing what exactly? Nobody knows for sure, but the timeline says a lot. Around the same time, Brianna was active online, filming adult content, clapping back at people on TikTok, and spending a lot of time in her content house surrounded by her internet crew.
To text my ex, if he don't like, can y'all let him know? If he's on live, can I let him know? I don't know if he saw my text or something up. I can't make it to our son's appointment in the morning, but I'll be there to pick up Winter in the afternoon. If he's on live, let him know. We couldn't find a last minute flight. We had to get one for the morning. We tried.
There's no flight.
No, we were gonna pay.
Literally, there's one that we're gonna pay $1,200 for, but it's landing at 11, which would defeat the purpose. So they
We were gonna pay top dollar to get me there on time, but there was none.
just literally no fucking
So
money.
I texted John to let him know I can't make it to our son's appointment, but I'll be there to pick him up. Same day. When she wants to be the same day.
But showing up for her baby, that seemed to take a backseat. To make matters worse, she once went nearly 2 full months without seeing her child, not because she was denied access, but because she simply did not make the effort. And this was a child she only had access to 1 week out of the entire month. That's just 7 days to bond, be present, and show the court that you care. And she couldn't even commit to that. It painted a pretty clear picture. This wasn't someone fighting to be a full-time mom. It looked like someone treating visitation like an option, a gig, one that she could skip if something better came up. Now here's where it gets real serious. Their baby, Winter, started suffering from recurring ear infection, the kind that get worse with air travel. Anyone who's had an ear infection knows how painful it can be, even for adults. So imagine that pain in a baby stuck on a pressurized plane. Flying him to LA for visitations became not just inconvenient, it was unsafe. The child's health was at risk. Naturally, the court had to step in and address the situation urgently. This led to a scheduled court hearing where Brianna was expected to appear, and not even in person. It was remote. All she had to do was show up virtually from LA, maybe in pajamas, log in, and speak on what could be done to protect her baby while maintaining her visitation right. But guess what? She did not show up. Not even a message to say she'd be late. Nothing. And the excuse she gave, she slept in.
Travis, tell them. Travis took me to the airport 2 hours ago, right? My flight's supposed to leave in like an hour. Bruh, I check in, it says 15-hour delay. 15-hour. We call, Jordan gets a...
What airline are you using? Spirit?
Booking, yeah, bro. It was the last one left.
Spirit?
And they still charge me like $400 just to get there. I was like, bro, just book me. Any
Just
flight.
$400?
Just fucking get me there. And so he books it. They fucking, of course, because it's Spirit, they fucking delay it. We get a full refund. He's rebooking me on a new one. I hit up, I told John.
Why don't you fly to another, like Vegas and Vegas to Dallas?
Oh, I'm trying to figure it out. He's figuring it out.
Go to Vegas.
So, yeah, I messaged John's attorney right now, and I said, look, this is out of my control. I can't meet at the time tomorrow. I'm gonna try my best to just get there sometime tomorrow. I'll update you as soon as I have an update.
And have you got a response yet?
No, because she's not, it's like 9. Cheap ass airline. Delta's cheap? What the fuck, ho? Bro, shit like this is just so frustrating. Like, I wish I just lived in the same city as my son sometimes, so it just, none of this, I had to deal with none of this. Because this shit, and don't take this the wrong way, but this shit makes me not even want to, like, do any of this. It makes me, like, not even want to try, because it's, like, so much bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. Excuse me. Baby killer, what? I didn't get Bali to come tonight. Jordan's literally on the phone right now trying to figure out my flight. I gotta go to Uber pickup. I need to go tan. I don't know why Bali doesn't want to go. I feel like she's a little bit discouraged because her situation's very, like, bad too. Like, you know, he's being super difficult. His family's being difficult. They don't want to let her see her kids even for a fucking hour, even through a fucking phone screen. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's hard to deal with. So I'm sure she's discouraged.
No, seriously, she went on live stream with Perez Hilton watching, mind you, and casually admitted that she missed the court session about her sick child because she could not wake up in time. No alarm, no sense of urgency, just vibes.
Right?
Yeah, I rehired my old one.
Wow.
It's not because I don't care. I'm just being honest. Like, I slept in, and I didn't think it was remote court. Like, I didn't think I needed to show up. I mean, they were probably gonna let him get that visit anyways.
And
Look,
you
it's
also,
really only 1 month. It's only 1 month.
but are you worried now that that's going to be like, is it the same judge next month that had this ruling?
Yeah.
Are you worried that the judge might not look favorably upon you next month because you didn't show up to the hearing this week?
It's not like it was a big deal. It was just an emergency order he filed. He does it all the time.
So if they do take away custody, would you be able to still get visitation even if you don't have custody?
I mean, I don't think they would take away custody of my own child just because of something stupid like that. So cute.
How do you even process that? This wasn't some dentist appointment. This was a legal hearing to decide how to safely manage custody for a baby dealing with health issues. The court did not have time to wait around for her to wake up. In her absence, they made a quick decision. 2K was granted an emergency order that stated visitations would now take place in Texas only. Brianna was no longer allowed to fly Winter to LA, and on top of that, she was prohibited from removing him from the state at all. The baby's health came first. And honestly, that should have been her priority too. But clearly, court wasn't important enough to set an alarm clock. Sounds simple enough, right? Show up in Texas, see your child, follow the rules. But of course, with Brianna, it is never that simple. But Brianna, she had other plans. The kidnapping on live stream. First of all, she showed up almost 2 days late for her Texas visitation. Why? Because she booked a flight to Detroit, yet Detroit, not Texas. Because she booked a flight to Detroit. Yes, Detroit, not Texas. That's how seriously she was taking this whole parenting thing. When she finally got to Texas, instead of just visiting her baby, spending time and heading home, she took the child out of the state, put him on a plane, flew him back to LA. This is the same child who had ear infections and wasn't supposed to fly. She risked his health, ignored court orders, and live streamed the whole thing like it was a reality show. Her excuse, a family image. And also, she claimed she did not have 2K's mom's number to leave the baby with anyone. So, the solution was to break a court order. And if that wasn't enough, she brought Winter straight to her LOF content house, where her roommates, boyfriends, and followers were all passing the baby around on live stream like he was a guest on a talk show. A bunch of strangers filming a baby who is not even 1 year old in a house where adult content is created. How is that safe?
Guys, look at this bathtub. We're gonna take a big bubble bath in tonight.
Anonymous took $1.
Big old bathtub for the baby tonight. Ready for bath time soon? It's almost your bedtime. Guys, he's on a 2-hour time difference. What time is it in Texas, guys? Okay, grab my mic. Can you see what Santos said in the group chat? You can look on my phone. It's on the couch.
Mom, you're an egg on a veil is a backseat, but for life also knock the fucking light off, blinding the baby dumb cunt. $3.33. STFU piano keys wise.
Brianna is on live stream acting like everything's normal even after receiving an email from 2K's lawyer warning her that she was violating the custody agreement. She read the email out loud on her live, ignored it, laughed about it. That is when 2K and his mother, who were also in LA, got the police involved. A bolo, be on the lookout, was issued for Brianna and the baby. LAPD tracked her down at the content house near Universal Studio. The sheriffs detained her, yes, with the baby still in her arms, but she explained that she did not know it was a crime to take her own child across states' lines. That's not how custody works, Brianna. You can kidnap your own child if there is a court order. And her friends, instead of helping or showing concern, they just kept the cameras rolling, treating the whole thing like a viral prank. Eventually, Brianna handed Winter over to 2K with police there to supervise. Still, she recorded the whole exchange, showing no real sadness, no regret, just vibes, like it was content for her followers.
Custody's date and time, and then the incident number.
Okay.
And basically, we just responded to a video call of a court order, right?
Okay.
We advised you of it, and then you brought your baby down, so we give it back to the father.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
Bye, Winter. I love you.
Come here. I got you. Come here.
Here's his ointment. Weirdos. Other weirdos. Bye.
And she really thought it was over. But the drama did not stop there. 2K went ahead and filed for a restraining order against Brianna. This wasn't just about keeping her away, it was about protecting their child from further chaos. And the court, it took the request seriously. The updated custody plan laid down some hard rules. Brianna was now officially blocked from accessing any of Winter's medical records or legal documents. No updates, no decisions, no input. She was cut off from the most basic parental rights. That says a lot about how much faith the system had left in her. But that's not even the biggest blow. She lost her right to unsupervised visits. From now on, if she wants to see her own son, there has to be a professional monitor in the room, someone assigned to watch every second of their time together. No privacy, no trust, just observation. And let's be real, that's not something that happens for no reasons. You don't get a court-appointed monitor unless there's a serious concern. That's the legal system saying, we're not sure this child is safe with you. Let that sink in. She lost the little privileges she had left, and not because the court was biased or 2K was out to get her. No, it was because of her own choices, her own behavior, and the reckless way she handled everything. Here's the truly tragic part. At the point, it's hard to even feel sorry for her. Because Brianna had chances, she had time, she had access, she had opportunities to show the court she could be responsible as a responsible mom. But instead, she filmed every meltdown, every missed visit, every bad decision, and then shared it all with the world. When you turn your child into a prop, when you treat parenting like content creation, when you keep choosing internet fame over your own child, what else do you expect to happen? Look, it's one thing to be young and struggling as a new parent, but this is something else entirely. Brianna did not just mess up, she broadcasted it. She turned her custody case into content, and in doing so, she handed the court all the evidence they needed to question her fitness as a mother. She said she broke the internet. Like, that was the goal. And honestly, maybe it was, because based on everything we've seen, it seems like she cares more about breaking the internet than building a bond with her own baby. At this point, I don't see her winning this custody case. Not with the court violations, the live streams, and the way she risked Winter's health and her lack of accountability. The truth is, children this young are usually better off with their moms, unless the mom is given every possible reason why she shouldn't be trusted. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think Brianna still has a chance to win custody, or has she completely thrown it away? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you've done. Let me know what you would have done in this situation, and if you think there's any way back for her. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe so we keep unpacking stories like these, because something tells me this is not over yet.